Aloha, everybody. Happy Friday. All right, to end this week, we are going to take this beautiful morning to reflect together. Now, you guys can either do this with your eyes closed or stare at me the whole time, whatever floats your boat. But take a moment and take a trip down memory lane. I want you guys to think of your fondest memories of your childhood. For some, you might think of a favorite trip or something that you accomplished. But I want you to get into even more simpler things, like what were your favorite things to do from a day to day? You know, when I think back, some of my fondest memories were being outside, whether that was practicing sports with my dad, helping my grandmother garden, running around with my cousins and some of my best friends. Now, the common denominator out of all those things I just listed to you guys was that I was outside. Now, I want you to think of kids these days. Most of them are already hooked on screen time by the age of 2. And then in order to stay in touch with some of their best friends and their cousins, they're not running around playing outside together, but they're chatting via Xbox party chats. And now what's the common denominator? Is that society is pushing even more for not just us, but for our kids to stay inside. Now, if you take that and extrapolate all the information that I gave you this week, I don't want to know what our mental health stats are going to be like 20 years from now. I don't want to hear the statistics behind how much more prevalence autoimmune disease is going to have within our communities. I understand that we might not have a lot of control over this for a lot of families and a lot of people that we see. But not only are all these kids going to be deficient in vitamin D and likely not diagnosed for a very long period of time, but they also aren't moving. More than ever, do all of these kids need our adjustments and a good recommendation of vitamin D. So when you're spending your time with your patients today, end the week on a great note. Be present, have intent, be a healer, and have a killer weekend.